Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's video will be the November reading. So it's the general reading for all of the astrological signs for November 2018. For the reading, I'm using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck by Jennifer Galasso. If I need to clarify anything, I'll be using the Zillich Tarot by Christine Zillich. And I will pull one additional oracle card from the Sacred Traveler deck by Denise, Linn. Do remember these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate with you. The only way to get a truly personalized reading would be to order a private reading from me. If you're interested, all of the information on how to do that can be found in the description box below this video. I apologize for getting these out a little later this month. It's just been very hectic past week, so I do apologize for that. The mid-monthlies will be out on time, and then I plan to start working on not just the December but also the 2019 yearly overview for all of the signs. You'll be getting that reading in the month of December as well. So welcome back to everybody who has already seen my videos. Welcome to new viewers. If you have just found me, I do hope that you enjoy the video. Please feel free to like, subscribe to the channel. That way you'll be notified when I upload new videos. And a big thank you to each and every one of you for taking the time to come here and share a few minutes with me, right? And just I hope that the messages in some way do help you. So thank you very much, and I will see you in 1 second for your reading. Hi Scorpio, hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your November reading. Like I mentioned in the introduction, these readings are general in nature. Also, it's a good idea to watch not just your sun sign video, but also your moon and rising. Sometimes the messages from one won't resonate as well that month, and so by listening to all three of them, you get a more complete overview of what is going on during the month. Okay, so I see already there are a couple of cards that I will pull clarifiers on, but let's get started. So we have, as the overall energy for the month, we have the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is put this up here. It's a card that speaks of nostalgia, right? The Suit of Cups is water energy, so it has to do with our feelings, emotions, relationships. It's also how our emotions affect our behavior, affect our relationships, kind of push us through life, move us through life. And it's also, it can have to do with our psychic abilities, intuition, right? And you see how the woman here on the Six of Cups, let me hold it up again. See how she's looking back at the child here. So it's like she's looking back on, the past, on herself when she was a child, right? On, let me push this over. I can't see this. There we go. On people from her past, relationships from her past. It's like that childlike innocence and happiness, So it's her reflecting on that, looking back with nostalgia on past relationships, past friendships. It can also be, reconnecting with people from your past. So people from your past coming in, could be friendships, could be, past lovers. There could be some connection to where you used to live, like past, place where you lived in the past, even where you used to live when you were a child. It's also a card that can speak of a past life connection with somebody, so that, the twin flame sort of past life connection with another individual. So that is the overall energy. So we'll keep that in mind as we move through your spread here. You have at the center of your reading the Queen of Cups, and it's crossed by Major Arcana number 17, the Star. So the Queen of Cups, for some of you, this could be an actual person playing a significant role in your life during the month of November. If so, this would typically be more of an older water sign individual, male or female, even though she appears here as the Queen. It's not gender specific in these general readings. And she is somebody who's she's very kind. She's very compassionate. She takes care of those around her. She's very loving. She's very intuitive as well, right? If this isn't an actual person, then this is just you very much, in your element, sitting here at the center of the reading. This is you in your element. You are obviously a water sign. So, this is you just kind of taking on the energy of this Queen of Cups here. So, being more of a caregiver than normal. This Queen of Cups is a great caregiver, very empathetic, a nurturer, somebody who takes care of, of her partner, of her children. She's kind of that compassionate mother figure, So this could just be you taking care of others more than usual this month. There's a focus more on taking care of others. You could be more intuitive this month. You could be really, paying attention to those messages coming through your intuition, your psychic abilities. And then we have the Star card crossing you. And the Star card is, it's the major arcana. It's wish upon a star. So it's wish fulfillment. It's also a card of healing. It's a card of great hope, of faith. Because if we think about, when you say, oh, wish upon a star, well, it's not just, throwing your wish out into the universe and then that's it. It's also, believing and keeping the faith, having the faith that your wish will be granted, that that things will work out like you hope they will. So it's about, reflecting, having or keeping a positive outlook. And again, it's a card of healing. So there could be healing as well. But wish fulfillment sitting here at the center of the reading is so very strong, cards, strong sensual message here. Now in the foundation position, so the deep past, we have the Seven of Swords. It's not the best of cards. I will pull, I actually have two of them here that I will pull clarifiers on. So the suit of swords, it deals with our thoughts. It's the suit of the mind, right? It's where we come up with our ideas. It's also the suit of communication, right? How we communicate with other people. And the Seven of Swords, it's usually thought of as like a card of deception. You can see here that there are all of these, the ravens. They've taken away, they have the swords that they're carrying away. So it's like they're stealing them from this man. But they didn't plan properly, because it's like, you can see that he still has two swords left, right? So he could technically still fight them off, and they could get hurt here. So it's like they tried to get away with something, and they did, right? They did manage to steal the 5 swords, but they didn't manage to take everything away. So even though this man feels very down, he feels defeated, feels betrayed, it's a card that suggests that you need to just cut your losses and move on, no matter what happened, how bad it was, how betrayed you felt, don't dwell on that. Just cut your losses. Okay, they got away with 5 swords. You still have the 2. You're still, you can still defend yourself. You can move on from this. So it's about cutting your losses. In the recent past, you have Major Arcana number 15, the Devil. This could be a Capricorn, right? So there could be a Capricorn who's playing a significant role, in the recent past has played a significant role in your life. But the Devil card also speaks of like unhealthy situations, these unhealthy attachments to, can be to material things. It can be to, like a relationship, sort of a toxic relationship, or like it can be those toxic, what am I trying to say? Like relationships, but not just with people, but to things, so like addictions. So, being addicted to sex, to drugs, to drinking, overeating, whatever it is, those addictions, or like a toxic relationship. It can also have to do with, it can have to do with needing to, move away, sort of grow spiritually, have a shift in the way of thinking, or, the way that you, or what you are really looking for in life in order to get you out of this, toxic relationship, to get you out of this devil energy. But it does sit in the past. So, and it suggests that, and it's funny because what comes in immediately after, or what you have is your crowning card. And the future, the near future, you have the Wheel of Fortune crowning you, message from your higher self, and then the Chariot, sitting across from the Devil, and this is in the near future. So significant change coming in, and then victory, forward movement, forward momentum. So, you are moving out of it. It's like you've gone through some type of betrayal, you've dealt with possibly addictions, or, these toxic or, difficult situation, relationship. And now you're at this, what's crowning you is this change, this Wheel of Fortune. This is a very karmic card. I was trying to see how many major arcanas you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So half of your reading is made up of major arcanas. So could be a very significant month for many of you. The Wheel of Fortune suggests, it's a change in fate, a change in the way that things have been going. So if, if your life has been on this sort of down, this downward turn with the Seven of Swords, the Devil, there's now a change. Things are changing. Things are starting to go your way. They're starting to go in your favor. If you have been on the downswing of the Wheel of Fortune, there was a reason for that, right? There are these cycles in life, it's not always just up, up, up. And we do have these down cycles. And it's usually when we're going through those cycles that we learn the most, right? It's when we experience those difficult times, or the betrayals, the hard times. That's when we learn the most. So this is a significant change in luck here, new opportunities coming in, new cycles beginning, can be a new, like a new change in direction and movement. And we do have that here with the Chariot. The Chariot can definitely speak of movement. Yes, it's a positive card. It's a victory card. And it's also a card that, you see the woman, she's very much in control of where she's heading, right? She's holding or she's controlling here the light, the opposing energies, the light and dark energies of the horses here. So there is this balance that she is in control of, and she is now charging, full steam ahead, going off in this brand new direction. So new opportunities, possibly movement. This can be movement across land. This could be you traveling. This could be you moving to a different location, moving across land with the Chariot card. But definite, movement. There could be also you achieving goals. Like there's this new, whatever the goal that you've set for yourself, this is you achieving your goals. And it's all about you doing it. You are very much in control. You're going off after this. You're the one who's going off in the new direction. So it's a very powerful and empowered energy. Now you appear as the High Priestess. So Major Arcana, this is number 2 of the Major Arcanas. And this is a very intuitive card. And I also said, the Queen of Cups, like after the High Priestess is in the Major Arcana, the Queen of Cups is like the next intuitive figure in the Tarot, right? Thinking of high psychic abilities, intuition. You have both of them here in your reading. So definitely, or you could be, as you, this is more towards the, middle, heading into the end of the month, the last couple of weeks of the month, you could be really noticing that your intuition is just, it's really heightened. You might be receiving messages coming through in your dreams. Definitely pay attention to your dreams. The High Priestess is linked with the Moon card. And so, the Moon card is a card that speaks of possibly hidden things, things that we have to uncover, but using our intuition. So, we're not going to discover or uncover things just like that, right? It's not going to be presented to us. We have to, by using our intuition, our psychic abilities, we have to tap into those hidden messages. So pay attention to, the synchronicities, the signs, repeating numbers, songs, like different things like butterflies, anything that's sort of repeating that's you're not used to seeing, things like that. Pay attention to what you're thinking, pay attention to what's going on around you when those things happen, okay? Because these could be messages coming in. Also at nighttime, it might be a good idea for the whole month, or, if you don't do it the whole month, at least the last couple of weeks of the month, pay attention to your dreams, keep a dream journal, anything that that seems, even if it seems silly at the time when you wake up, jot it down, and you might, as the month kind of progresses, those things might make sense, they might give you clarity, right? Now, surrounding you, you have in your environment the Three of Swords. So again, I'm going to pull a clarifier on this one in 1 second. But this is a card that it can speak of, obviously, the woman here, she has 3 swords through her heart. So this can be, the heartbreak card, the heartache card, betrayal, 3 people in a relationship. So, finding out that there's been some type of cheating, betrayal in a relationship. Doesn't have to be a relationship, like romantic relationship. This could be, just some type of disappointment. Sometimes the Three of Swords appears when, if you had a goal in mind, you really wanted to achieve something, it's finding out that, you didn't get that job, or things didn't work out the way that you had hoped for, so there's a disappointment. There's a heartache, but it's, from some type of disappointment, from things not going the way that you had hoped. So it doesn't necessarily have to be, or have to do with a relationship. It's a card of disappointment, or it can be a card of betrayal, significant loss. But it's about, the important thing with the card is that it's important to mourn whatever this situation is, this loss, this disappointment, release the pain, release it, and then move on. And that's usually, the sort of the message. There might have been a disappointment here, but, don't dwell on that. Just release it, take the swords out, release it. It's not always easy to do, and it's not always, painless to do. I mean, it hurts, but release it and move on. And what you have coming in as your hopes and fears, you have the Three of Pentacles as your hopes and fears. So this is, you're hoping for, it's a card that speaks of reaching some short-term goal, possibly needing to partner up with other people. This can be, an actual partnership, so going into partnership with somebody else. It's, or you haven't had Pentacles. It is Pentacles energy. So Pentacles deals with, the material things here in the material realm, such as the work that we do, the money that we earn, our material possessions, our resources, right? And with the Three of Pentacles, it usually speaks of, reaching a short-term goal, but, feeling good about that, sort of celebrating that, but also keeping your eye on, whatever the end goal is. So if your goal is, for example, to become the regional manager of the company, for example, your short-term goal, you've reached it. You were promoted to supervisor. That's great. You feel happy. You're celebrating. That's good. But your end goal isn't that. So it's about, okay, so what do I need to do? Do I just keep going? Do I keep doing what I'm doing? It's a card that it encourages us to keep that big picture in mind, and with a lot of hard work, with a lot of careful planning, with, you know, a lot of determination, we can ultimately reach our, you know, or complete that goal. Our dreams can be fulfilled here, but it's about sticking to the plan, possibly working with others, partnering up with others, right, in order to do that. And as you head out of the month, you have a crossroads card. So a significant decision here facing, you know, some of you or many of you as you head out of November into December. Because the Two of Wands, you see the man, he's sort of standing there, and it usually speaks of, you know, being at a crossroads, needing to make a decision about, you know, where do I go from here, okay? But again, it's another powerful card, right? The Chariot card and the Two of Wands card, both of these are you in the driver's seat. This is you taking matters into your own hands. This is you being a trailblazer and looking down both paths and saying, okay, you know, this is the one that I'm going to go down. And you have the Wheel of Fortune, right? New changes, new cycles. You're deciding where you're going from here. So it's you. Sometimes the Two of Wands can also speak of a partnership or collaboration, right? You're choosing to partner up with somebody else. And we have that also here with the Three of Pentacles, possibly. So there could be a business partnership, going into business with somebody. Looking back here at the Six of Cups as the overall energy, this could be related to where you used to live. There could be people that you used to know, you know, possibly people from your past that you're now, you know, you might be traveling, or they might be going back to that place where you used to live, going into business with these people, possibly. We do have the movement, this travel with the Chariot card. Let me pull a couple of clarifiers just on the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords. So let's start off with the Seven of Swords. So Spirit, please clarify the Seven of Swords for Scorpio. What is the Seven of Swords for Scorpio for the month of November? What does Scorpio need to know about the Seven of Swords? Please clarify Seven of Swords for Scorpio. What is the Seven of Swords? Please clarify Seven of Swords for Scorpio. And we have, all right, hold on. We have the Devil. Hold on. Let me do the others, and then I'll get to that. Spirit, please clarify the Three of Swords. What does Scorpio need to know about the Three of Swords? Please clarify the Three of Swords. Okay, that one wanted to come out. And let's do the Devil as well. Please clarify the Devil for Scorpio. The month of November. What is the Devil? Please clarify the Devil in Scorpio's reading for November. Okay, I got two. I just want one. Put those back. Okay, that one came out. Alright, so we have, to clarify the Seven of Swords in the distant past, we have the Devil card. And you have the Devil in the recent past here. And then the card that came out as the clarifier on the Devil is the Nine of Swords, which in this deck is called Cruelty. In other decks, it's referred to as the like the Nightmare card. It's the being kept up at night with worry card. And then on the Three of Swords, the clarifier is the Queen of Wands. Okay, so with the Devil clarifying the Seven of Swords, again, this, you know, this betrayal in the past, this could have had to do with a Capricorn, right? Because again, Capricorn is associated with the Devil card. It can also have to do with, let me hold it up again, it's quite different depiction in this deck. Can you see it? But in this deck, you know, there is this, well, a lot of symbols in this, on the card, but it's, again, it is about the, all of the negative, you know, all of those excess, everything in excess, But with it coming out on the Seven of Swords, there could have been, betrayal happening. It could have been because of or in situations where there were, maybe there was excess drinking, things like that, or drug use, or this could have had to do with a Capricorn. Maybe this, you felt betrayed by a Capricorn. And then with the Nine of Swords coming on the Capricorn, again, I'm just picking up that there could have been this Capricorn individual who, you've been very worried about it. You've been kept up at night. You've been, the nightmare card is it's that repetitive thinking, it's that monkey mind. It's going over and over and over things in your mind at night. When you're going to bed, instead of being able to just, close your eyes and go to sleep, it's like you just keep going over and over things in your mind. So, it's, that's why it's the nightmare. So there could have been this situation where you felt betrayed, just kind of had a hard time getting out of that thinking, getting over that situation, right? But then there's healing here, right? There is healing, and there is a change, and you are taking control of the situation here, okay? Now, with this Three of Swords and then the Queen of Wands coming out on it, this could be, this Three of Swords situation could have to do with a fire sign individual, okay? So if so, this would typically be more of a middle-aged or a older, I should say, fire sign individual, male or female, even though it appears here as a queen, could be male or female, but Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And, this person is usually very, very fiery, very, charismatic, very energetic, dynamic. But, at times this person, can allow her passion to kind of get the best of her, right? She can become a little reckless, can become a little stubborn at times. So, there could have been this heartache situation. It could involve this Queen of Wands, could involve a Queen of Wands and a Capricorn. This could just be, going back to, if this was more to do with like a work or that type of situation. There could have been a Queen of Wands individual at work that you were dealing with, that led to this disappointment. Could have been a three-person situation with the Capricorn, the water sign, and this fire sign individual. But, whatever this is, there's a need to heal. There's a need to release. There is, it's very karmic. So, possibly what, you did experience here, there was a reason, there was a karmic lesson attached to it. Now there's healing. Now there's forward movement. Now you are in control. You're heading towards, your future. There's victory here to be had. And you're the kind of the master of your destiny here with this Two of Wands, the victory. So new beginnings, but there's a need to release this, get out of this mental, this negative mental energy and release it in order to allow for, the wheel of fortune to bring these new opportunities and new cycles in. Now you have as your oracle card, surrendering to the journey. And it says release control. And I was just saying release, release. Let's see what this has to say. For this month, I did it a little differently. I shuffled and I pulled this card first, the oracle card. And then I shuffled for the main reading. So this one actually came out first. It's interesting how it seems to tie in. Let's have a look at the card here. All right, it says, it's time to let go. All is well. The Creator is at your side. You don't have to do it alone. Your life is guided. This is not the time to try to control the details of your life. Let it flow. There are times to hold on, but this is the time to completely surrender. Surrender to the greater forces of the universe. Let go of wanting to control your future. Simply turn your challenges over to your spiritual source. The Creator will escort you on your journey. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know, surrendering is not giving up. You are not yielding to a force outside yourself. You are opening to your soul. By releasing control, you allow the creative forces of the universe to spiral through you, which brings inspiration and direction into your life. Sometimes the journey goes a different way than expected. When it does, don't resist. There are times you can see the path, but you don't know where it leads. Not knowing where you're going can activate inspiration, insight, and creative juices. You cannot discover new oceans and distant vistas unless you have the courage to let go of the shore. You don't have to do it all yourself. Support is all around you. Simply open your heart and let it in. That's interesting because we have here with the paths, right? And it says, not knowing where you're going can activate insight, right? So it can have to do with intuition. And we have you as the high priestess. We have, these new beginnings and travel. We have you taking control of the situation. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune here as this very karmic, things are out of your control, release control and kind of allow these things to happen. And when you do that, it's asking you to surrender to the journey, to release control and allow for these new changes, these new things to come into your life here. So it looks like a powerful month for you. Interesting, powerful. So I do hope that the messages have helped you. I look forward to reading for you again. Just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light, and have a wonderful month of November. Bye for now.